know, humor has been studied by psychiatrists for a long time. Sigmund Freud talked about sense of humor, and he said basically that a sense of humor is a defense mechanism. So he had a way of taking away the humor of everything, but he said sometimes a cigar is a cigar, but a joke is not always a joke. And he made the point that we joke about things that either scare us, or that we are trying to repress, or some deep psychological issue, like the person who laughs a lot about a particular issue might indeed actually be worrying about it at some level. So he said that, I mean, to broaden the discussion, Freud made the point that we all have defense mechanisms in the mind, and these defense mechanisms are subconscious mechanisms that prevent us from confronting uncomfortable truths in our subconscious. And he divided these defense mechanisms into mature defense mechanisms and immature defense mechanisms. And one of the most mature defense mechanisms is the sense of humor. So although it's a defense mechanism from Sigmund Freud's view, even he had to admit that a sense of humor is an extremely evolved technique by which we can convert something that is painful into something that is life-affirming even. So from a psychological standpoint, it indicates someone who is mature and who is handling some issues. But if you look at what it does physiologically, laughing, everyone knows, is really good, right? It stimulates good hormones in the brain, in the body. It alleviates tension. So overall, it's beneficial for us. However, if a person is using humor continuously and using that humor to not investigate something really important, then humor can actually be something that prevents us from evolving. I think that's the other point that Sigmund Freud was making.
So yeah, can you hear me? I don't. So actually, how I started writing humor, I think you're completely like it resonates. Is that I have two boys. Okay, so hands up anyone who's got kids here. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you know what it's like, yeah? The first few years are like tear out your hair, frustrating. And how I started is I started blogging about this. It was what I call my pressure cooker mechanism, because I had to let off steam, exactly what you're saying. It was so mind-numbingly, you know, so angry and I started blogging about this. And I found a whole, and funnily, you know, I would talk about how I was trying in the night to do a presentation, and it was the very night that my kid decided to fall sick. And that, you know, the next morning when I was here, so I was Googling something on marketing here, and here I was Googling on how to keep the kid, you know, what to do for a 5-month-old with a stomach ache, and all that was happening. And I'd mix up the slides. And anyway, the blog went pretty much viral. So, and there were a whole lot of other young moms out there. Notice I'm saying young, okay? So, a whole lot of moms out there who really like put up their hands and said, yeah, you know, that's bang on, that's who we are. So, I think, yeah, my sense of humor, it all started from there, the funny writing, and it actually came out of a defense mechanism, you know. Maybe I wouldn't have coped.
So my takeaway right now is a cigar is always a cigar, and a joke is not always a joke. My actual question to Jane then is, what really is your goal? What are you hiding, you know, in the guise of humor? Which I will not ask because it's, you know, we can't investigate really that deep. So I will just sidestep and ask her, can you think of the 3 scenarios that would have evolved had you not written this book?
Had I not written the book?
How bad was the pressure with the situation is what I'm talking about.
Okay. So probably I would have landed up at Dr. Shyam's office.
Done that, been there, done that.
Yeah.
Clinic.
That's one way. The second thing is I feel that when something really rotten happens, you know, like milk spilling and stuff like that, you can, at that moment it's really annoying. But in retrospect, it probably is the way you look at it can change the way you look at life, the way things take over. I mean, you can really keep blaming it or blaming your luck, or you can find it funny. That's the